Hey folks, we're gonna be doing the Long Beach Classic layout today. Jumping in on hole 10. Just gonna play a quick practice round, so take you with me. First throw of the day, but I just played a tournament yesterday, so I should still be a little warm. But 2 off 1. Okay, yeah, it's still pretty warm. It's crazy. One more. Okay, that one's not doing it. Yeah, this is first putt of the day, only about 15 feet. Let's get one more to warm up. That was better. This is hole 11. Throw the same shit. Wizard just a little harder. It's a little low, but for not warming up at all, we're gonna take that. Okay, ideally we'd sneak under the branches a bit more here, throw it a little harder. But this is a 30-footer inbounds, can't be too mad. Whew, just barely over the rim. Let's try one more. That's better. So this one doesn't have the basket in it, but it's somewhere by that tree in the middle of those 3 on the right. First lefty throw of the day. It's also a good forehand. Maybe I will forehand. Probably not. Take those Gateway Javelins and try to get it on the first try, but I'm gonna throw 2 here for sure because it's first lefty. That might be too far, but that's the appropriate slide. Oh, look at that skip. That skip might have made it a little bit better. I think that's a bit deep though, so I'm gonna keep it on a little more hyzer. I think that's better. Sleeve is right there. Second shot is about 10 feet. First shot is maybe 20, 25. I mean, this would be a tester. It would be just maybe 22 feet, but second one was corrected with the hyzer. That was only 10 feet, so gotta take that birdie. Moving on, hole 13 now. This one's 383 out there in the distance. I'm sure you can see it. Trick is to kind of hyzer flip / throw flat with something more stable and just ride out the right side of the fairway, fade at the end, up near the basket in the shade out there. Since I'm not really super warm, I might disc up to a 12 speed, but I'm not convinced yet. So I think, you know what, always go with your gut. So I'm gonna do that. But a lot of times I throw a little slower, like a 9 or a 10. Yeah, I'm glad I did that, because just throw it a little softer, something stable. I flexed it. That's a spell, metal flake spell. All right, we're about 7 paces off the basket, about 6.5 meters. Good spot to be. There's generally a wind that comes around this tennis court here, goes this direction, so perfect. For that reason, I'm gonna go with my more beat up Wizard because we got tailwind, should drop. Just gonna aim a little bit high left and extend. Yeah, very good. Yeah, a little more drop with that newer Wizard, but that's a birdie. So far, so good. Here we are on 14. You can go up the middle, but since there's no Mando, I throw this hyzer. The trick is just to get past that Y tree down there, which sadly lately more times than not I hit. So I'm gonna try to put a little juice on this. Put on just a stable fairway. Pop it on hyzer. Good full throw. Plays about 300. Get below that. Yeah, go in. That had to be close. Looks like I must have came in and smacked this tree, which I'm totally cool with. Just don't hit that tree over there. So far, so good. All right, welcome to hole 15. 354, plays like 384. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's always a headwind. Play here for me, I play it flat to a little bit of hyzer with a stable fairway out to the right tree there. And just let it fade in. Just like that. That might be pumped too much though. Definitely is. Okay, same distance in that putt 2 holes ago. Just about 20 feet. Coming back at it, which is good because it's a headwind. So if you get past the basket on this hole, you can use the tailwind to putt with. I'm gonna use that beat up Wizard. Aim a little high left. Let it drop out of the air. Very good. Let's try this one. All right, this one's 250. Pretty much dealer's choice what to throw. A lot of times I throw something very stable. Right now I'm gonna throw this stable Saber. I think that's gonna be okay. Not sure if I love this play, but this will let me know. I just don't have all my discs with me. I somehow forgot a few. This I can throw on just a touch of hyzer right of the tree. Should finish good. Okay, yeah, that's plenty stable. Can actually throw that flatter. But there's always a headwind here, so you don't want to throw something flippy. We hyzered out a little more than we thought there. We got 1, 2, just a little bit longer than those last few putts. This is a good 23 feet maybe. This one we have a little bit of left to right wind mainly. So I'm gonna use this more newer Wizard. And I'm gonna do the same kind of deal. Aim high left on a little hyzer. Wow, it moved a little more right than I thought. The wind gust, I think, picked up. But we got it. Perfect so far. It's gonna be a birdie fest out here. So, more headwind than we usually have here, which this is not the right putter to have. This is my putting putter. This one, this Wizard is probably the right guy. Flippy Wizard. We got some kooks out here walking around. But yeah, pink is a little bit more stable, and with the tailwind, this is gonna fly like that does regularly. So, just gonna tell myself that. And try to execute. A little bit too much turn, but that will have a look at it. Just be curious. I'm gonna throw this pink one. This one. One more. Oh, that would have been money. That would have been money. Okay, so I walked this one out and we have a true circle's edge before marking, so 32 feet. So I think what I missed up there is we were on a mound up there and I felt all the wind, and as soon as we got to the lower section here with the tennis court fence blocking, there was no wind. So it's a note to remember that no matter what wind I feel up there, it's actually gonna be pretty quiet near the basket. So I can probably throw my pinky. But it is a slight tailwind, so I'm gonna use the more beat up Wizard. And again, my secret sauce, aim high left. Okay. See, good thing I used the beat up one. That tailwind definitely, I noticed the drop more on that. That's a 176 gram new Wizard. That other one I've been throwing is a 174 beat in, so pretty substantial difference. Here we are on hole 18. Instead of regular 17, which would go over there, we're playing a dogleg right par 4 to 18's basket. Been talking to myself a lot on this hole and not really sure which way to go, and looking at it immediately from back where the camera is, I was thinking backhand roller with an Assassin. Good bit of headwind will help me flip. I can throw it pretty much flat. You need to mandatorily get past that last pole on the right, so I need to be wary of that. My other option is a lefty backhand kind of towards that next tee pad, which I know I can get. So I'm gonna go with my gut first, but I'm gonna throw the second just to, you know, make a note later, which I should actually use for the tournament. So the disc is gonna do the work. There's a lot of trees to contend with. I do not want to roll down that right side. It's gonna be too tight. I want to go through the main gap and just kind of get lucky, and I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Yeah, just like this. Okay, that made me a lot more confident moving into the weekend. I did just what I wanted to do there. And now, same idea, should fly about the same airspace, or rather fly rather than roll, but lefty spell. So it's kind of just, both of those are great. Which one is going to be more confident moving into the, moving into the weekend? Okay, we're gonna play from this roller. The lefty is just a little bit better actually, but similar shot. So we're gonna play from the first shot, obviously. I think just to make things nice and easy on myself, it's 365, I think. I'm gonna throw this Metal Flake Spell, just pretty much a flat to hyzer towards that guy walking on the phone out there, and should be money. I don't like his walking though. It's pretty irregular. He needs to stay on the concrete. All right, I'm going for it. 360. That might be too far. It's pretty good. A little dangerous, almost killed him, but you know. So I got a little unfortunate there. Went just out of bounds. So this will be on my mark. Meter towards. Now we have a head right to left, which isn't great. Really, really bad actually. So for this one, I'm just gonna have to try to pop the newer one on a little bit of ante, aim it higher right, and just pray. All right, second putt, because we've been doing that. Yeah, I like the more stable putters for that wind. Oh, not that. Okay. Jeez. Maybe one more just to check. So this is what I would describe as an interesting spot. From the tee, which is only 30 feet back, I go high, but this line just looks worse. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's doable. I mean, the low looks pretty bad. There's a lot of chance of OB. I feel like there's not much chance of OB over top, so I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm actually gonna toss a 12 speed with the intent to just work very hard left. Oh my gosh, this looks crazy. But like I've said in another video, you gotta be crazy sometimes. I don't know, actually I don't know. Fuck it, let's just see what happens. Okay, I mean, I don't think I could do better low. Backhand anhyzer would have been significantly easier through this gap. Surprising to myself, throwing the 12 speed spell, I am not long of the basket. I'm actually still short. And inside, so it's good to know. Okay, so a little bit of headwind, not much. We go with the newer Wizard. I'm just gonna still aim high left. I feel like that's just been good with the Wizard. I'm used to a more stable putter, so these kind of bend up rather than hyzer in. That time I actually hit high left. Let's try more center. Okay. Can't be mad. It's a birdie. Forehand play worked. I just got to get around that tree. I think what I'm going to do, instead of hyzer flip with my flippy driver, is throw a flat to fade with a little bit more stable. I don't need much distance. I birdied there easily, and that was a pretty short shot after hitting that tree. Here I usually throw a little slower, but I don't have my stable fairway, like my overstable fairway, so I'm gonna throw my Javelin 12 speed. This is only 214 feet, so it's just a pop over top here. Hopefully you can see a little bit of this action. It's gonna go pretty high. There's two Mandos, that's the reason why I just do this. That might be more road. Yeah, it's just not the right disc. That'll putt, but it's just the wrong disc. So I did throw a second one. I have two Javelins from the back of the tee pad, softer, and this would be pretty doable. But yeah, just that extra speed made it work more left. This is still Circle's Edge, pretty heavy wind going straight to the left. Can't really go traditional stance, I gotta go straddle, but I don't mind that. So trick here, much like that putt on 18, is gonna have to be to put it on a little bit of ante. I don't know if I can jump this. Let's see one. Yeah, suck eggs. It's just at that 32-foot range, which is sometimes bad when you want to be able to put a little pop on it. So I got to do this from a standstill. Okay, not bad. All right, that's gonna be a par. This one's gonna be a triple Mando. You see the two tape trees, and then we gotta go under that last branch, I think. Just waiting on these folks to do whatever they're doing with their trash bag. So I'm gonna go with the Prophecy here. It's like a Rock 3. The idea is go through these two Mandos, challenge that tree in the middle right. It looks perfect. Yeah, just off the bullseye here. Coming up on hole 5, tournament hole 4. 350 feet out there near the Green Monster. Just gonna smack it flat. Should be all right. Just avoid that branch out on the right. Oh, that's too hard. So it'll be long. Okay, just 8 or 9 paces off actually. Didn't go along OB, thought I did. So just a little more hyzer on that possibly. I'm really smacking this shit. A little bit of head left or right. I'm gonna go with the newer one, aim high left. Nice and smooth. A couple cars coming and just try to block those out. Focus on what I'm doing. Oh, I short armed it. I could feel it. I think I rushed the stroke. Yeah. Fuck. Okay, so I'm pretty sure on this hole, this is the par 4 that they got 2 islands to go to. Pretty sure I've talked myself into laying up. So I'm gonna attempt the layup shot, reference the drone footage later to see if I made it in balance, but I pretty much know what I'm supposed to do. Just a straight putter, really to that final tree. Some good wind, so I'm gonna throw my pinky. I gotta think that's what you do. All right, we kind of put ourselves right behind this tree, so ideally I'd want to be a little more right, I think, to open up a hyzer, or even a little more left, but I don't know where the OB line is exactly here. I know that I'm within it here because it connects these 2 trees up here. So it's all right. I think I might be throwing hyzer where those guys are, because yeah, I can't really swing around here, or a forehand might be the best play, honestly. This is 240. 240. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the forehand flex. Go with my javelin. Looks good. Tap in. We're now set up to play the temp hole. It's right behind that tree right there, 360 feet. Gonna throw my stable Diablo just down the right gap, I think. Parked it like this last time. My backhand's been smooth. Oh, that might be too much on the road, maybe, the fish. Oh, okay. So you kind of challenged that fence. I thought I was over it for a sec. Okay, so we pushed this fence, which is what you want to do with that backhand, and hyzered in here pretty nicely. So this basket is a, you know, it's going to get in your head on these few holes putting. But they're both in. So this one here is where those guys are putting. It says 240, I think, in the caddy book. I just ranged it at 280 though. Maybe some headwind, hard to say. Usually the wind moves a little left to right out there once you get past this fence. So I'm thinking about taking this hyzer gap. Just seems like the more appropriate to do, and maybe bumping. I wish I had my stable fairway, but tell you what, I can take a little off my slightly faster fairway. This might work pretty good. A little short. I don't love that because I'm literally throwing the wrong disc. I'm gonna throw that same disc, and you know, I hate to call a mulligan. I don't think I need it. I'll hit that putt, but let me correct it at least for my sake. I want to throw a little harder. Touch the chains. So if I don't birdie this, it's pretty sad. Let me try a mid actually. Mids are a little glidier, so this might be a decent play. Just a bit too straight for the shot. That's there too, though. There's a lot of options. Let me try this Sabre. I was thinking this would be too slow, but maybe not after that mid. That's, I think, perfect. Good shit. So I'd hate to par this because they're throwing the wrong disc. I clearly parked all my other shots, but let's go for it. Just outside circle. All right, we'll take it. All right, it's our second to last hole. It's hole 8, I'm thinking the layout. So we got a 2-meter rule in effect this weekend, but I'm still gonna try my first shot first, and then as a backup, I'm gonna try to practice the roller in case I decide I need to use it. So I'm throwing a flex shot over top and just try not to get stuck in a tree. All right, worked out. Now, just to be safe, gonna practice a roller. Guess I'll stick with the air shot. Okay, we're here about 34.5 feet. So I can jump this if I want. Not positive what I want to do yet. Luckily it fell out of the tree, but I don't know. Even if I do get stuck in the tree, as long as I commit to the shot and land in this tree, I can at least make the putt for 3, which is a great score on this hole to begin with. So, okay. Not positive if I want to jump yet. I definitely feel like using this more stable wizard. I think maybe a little step. Never mind. Let's hit one more. That was a great putt. Those are great. Those are great. 34-foot stepper, or not stepper, standstill. Okay, this is my last hole of the day. Hole 9 on the course. We're playing between, I'm gonna try to point them out. I think it's this tree and like this tree are the Mandos. So I'm gonna throw a righty hyzer over the tree you're immediately seeing right there. And let's try to get set up between them. I'm gonna stable Diablo. There's just kind of a gap here to hit. Smooth shot, and we should be all right. Let's see where that ends up. Okay, right near those white flags. Ideally, we would want to push this disc a little more towards that Mando to open up the righty hyzer, but we're about 325 in, and it's gonna have to be a lefty hyzer for me. I don't have that on forehand unlock. Learning from the headwind here, I'm gonna throw my more stable javelin. Just pop it hard, road's edge, and just hope for a good finish. For 15 under. Yeah, I don't hate it. All right, final shot of the day. This is my hole 18, but really hole 9 because I started on the back. Head left to right wind. So I'm gonna go with a stable wizard. And we're just gonna have to be confident and make sure the nose isn't too down. Very good. Loving those wizards. Thanks for watching. This was the Long Beach Classic layout. If you liked what you saw, subscribe, give it a like.